Ladies and gentlemen, without voter turnout, Democrats lose, and they lose miserably. Voter turnout can be achieved by one of two ways. Either you outspend Trump 2-1, and then you complain for 3 years, or try to boast for 3 years that you got the popular vote. Well, you outspent President Trump, then candidate Trump 2-1. Madam Secretary, who will be nominee again, it won't be Joe Biden. That wasn't an endorsement. She never said, I endorse Joe Biden for president, and Joe Biden's YouTube page does not say Hillary Clinton endorses Joe Biden. It does say President Obama endorses Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders endorses Joe Biden. So in the comment section, please let me know exactly why Joe Biden's YouTube page does not market or triumph or publicize the endorsement by Hillary Clinton. I would like to know, to the people who don't agree with me, why isn't Biden actually saying on his YouTube page, Hillary Clinton endorses Biden like he did with Bernie Sanders and President Obama? But also, if you listened to the actual endorsement twice, it wasn't really an endorsement. It was more of a repertoire or a resume, Madam Secretary's resume for 1 hour. All they were talking about was her, and in the beginning and the end, Vice President Biden says, I wish I was able to be voting for you because you really won the election, things like that. But she never stated, I endorse Joe Biden for president. She always, it was always phrased within a whole bunch of words. And then there was joining you and other people and being part of your campaign. And then in addition to endorsing you and what you stand for, very vague, ambiguous, very broad. It wasn't, I endorse you for president. But anyway, 19-point enthusiasm gap. Trump supporters jazzed to vote Trump. So there are 19%. He has a 19% lead in terms of enthusiasm. 57% of Trump supporters, no, not 57%, so hold on one second. 57 to 42%, yeah, so 57 to 42%. 42% of Biden voters say, so according to the latest Emerson polling survey, Democrats appear to be throwing in the towel while Biden leads President Trump in head-to-head matchup, yeah, right. When voters overall were asked who they think will win in November, it's 53% to 43% Trump. So Trump supporters have legendary loyalty and stuck with it, which is true. Emerson found that Trump has a sizable 19-point advantage in the enthusiasm gaps. Okay, so here's the 64 to 45%. Okay, in addition to that, ladies and gentlemen, Bizarro World Goodman, please. 5 a.m. So at 5 a.m. No. I will have already done that segment. So below is Bizarro World Goodman segment number 3. So segment number 3 is below. Share it everywhere. You will love it. And the first 2 segments are fantastic. The third segment, I'm actually going to be working also on other characters. This is the personification and the embodiment of somebody who has utter contempt for Trump. I'll do the cerebral, latte-drinking, anarchist, socialist, law school student, probably one of these days. But this is more of an old-school Democratic loyalist. And it's just me yelling and screeching and ranting, and it's hilarious. So, Bizarro World Goodman. This third one is just as funny as the other two, maybe even more so. So, check that out. It's my new comedy channel, Bizarro World Goodman, segment number 3. Check it out. It's below. Trump supporters have legendary loyalty and have stuck with him through the impeachment process and in the current crisis. But both should have also energized his critics to vote him out of office. But the Emerson voting enthusiasm numbers show that it isn't the case. Emerson found that Trump has a sizable 19-point advantage in the enthusiasm gap, 64% to 45%. Some 36% of his supporters said they were extremely excited to vote for Trump, and 28% they were very excited. For Biden, the numbers were 22 and 23. I don't believe that 22% of Democrats are. I don't believe that 22% of any voting base is excited to vote for Biden. There's nothing exciting about Biden. I think that actually more than 28% are excited to vote for Trump. Extremely excited. But in terms of, so 64% to 45%. 36% were extremely excited to vote for Trump, and 28% said they were very excited. So 36% extremely excited, 22% extremely excited for Biden. Do you think 22% are extremely excited to vote for Biden? I don't. For what? To get their hair sniffed, or unwarranted physical contact, or provoked physical contact? We have the allegations. Look, the allegations pertaining to Tara Reade and Joe Biden. Joe Biden, he just looking at the track record. Let's use the talking point from the left. You look at the track record, the pattern of behavior. The guy is guilty. You look at the pattern of behavior from Trump. Before 2015, nobody was accusing him of being a predator. Before 2015 and 2016, nobody was accusing him of working with Russia or being a racist and a bigot. 2015, 2016, suddenly, actually, a really great interview from, and I wrote an article about Floyd Mayweather Jr., one of the great boxers, but the most dominant athlete of all time. When you look at his actual, all the title fights that he has a perfect record, but the challengers that he faced, the champions that he faced, I think he faced the most champions ever of any boxer, and defeated all of them. But he had a great quote. He goes, "Nobody called Trump a racist before he ran for president," which is 100% true. Nobody called Trump any of the things they're calling him now. They certainly didn't call him, stupid or anything like that. He was always viewed as brash, and he always had that kind of, at some point, sometimes belligerent personality. But he was never viewed as a buffoon or anything like that. That was part of the myth. Now, if you look at the Tara Reade allegations, the Larry King Live call-in in 1993, where her mother called in and explained, "Hey, my daughter is working for a prominent senator and had to leave, and really horrible because of really horrible circumstances, and she didn't go to the press out of respect for the senator." That, in addition to an active criminal investigation in D.C. police predicated on a criminal complaint. Nobody has ever filed a criminal report against President Trump or Kavanaugh. So you look at the standard by which they judge Trump and Kavanaugh and the standard by which they look at Biden's allegations. These people are the biggest hypocrites, the most disingenuous and duplicitous people of all time. They don't even know what the word hypocrisy is. They have very little grasp of what the word irony is. And they don't care. They really don't care. So you have, and that's one reason also that Biden is going to lose, because their alleged value system is being torn apart and dismantled. So people see them for who they are and what they are, which is just pure hypocrites. You have Hollywood celebrities, you have politicians, they're suddenly silent because they don't really care about people who suffer abuse. They don't care. They utilize the suffering, the hopes, the dreams of their voting base, whether it's Medicare for all, or whether it's this issue pertaining to women, or whether it's saving women's lives or protecting women, or any issue that pulls at a person's heartstrings, any issue that they can get on a soapbox and pontificate about. They do so only for political utility. They're the insidious nature of the Democratic Party. You shouldn't be surprised when Clinton becomes nominee. You really shouldn't be surprised. But here, this is okay. So, and it's not just Emerson. Rasmussen said today that sky high 60% are excited about a Biden-Trump matchup, far more than because they know it found an 18% enthusiasm gap between Republicans. of whom 75% are excited, and Democrats 57%. So why do you think Republicans are excited? Because they know that Biden has no chance. They know that Biden has absolutely no chance. Biden is there simply as somebody who is going to somehow, some way, we don't know how, I don't know how, but somehow, some way, pass the baton to Madam Secretary. Somehow, some way. Excuse me. Somehow, some way. I have no clue how it happens, whether it's, my ACL, coach, I slid into second, my ACL, gosh, I guess we got to call up Rodham. I don't know what is going to take place. It could be a torn ACL. It could be more allegations. It could be Burisma. It could be further skeletons we don't know about. You trot out somebody that has no chance to win, and then something takes place because the odds are that something devastating is going to come out in terms of a news story where Biden is going to just walk out into the sunset and just pass the baton somehow to Clinton. They do not have a chance with Biden. They have no chance to even get the popular vote. He wouldn't even get the popular vote. So he wouldn't even get the popular vote. This is what they've bragged about for like 3-4 years. Oh, we got the popular vote. You did win the most votes. Yeah, you had to win the Electoral College. These are the most petulant people. They know the rules. And then when they break their own rules, and the DNC fraud lawsuit showed that DNC lawyers said they don't even need, DNC lawyers stated that they don't even need to follow an actual primary. They don't even need to have a real primary. They can just simply pick their nominee in smoke-filled back rooms. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is all an act. Clinton did not endorse Biden like, oh, she's so happy for him and she just doesn't want anything to do with politics anymore. She lost by 77,000 votes. People to the left are petrified of a Clinton nomination because they'll realize that I've been right. Most don't know who I am, but they would realize that my philosophy, my mindset has been right all along. The Democrats are a political machine from Tammany Hall to today. They're not a political party. There's no semblance of meritocracy. What's good for them is not good for you, and if there's a transgression or a sin or a crime or something that takes place with Republicans, they will yell at the top of their lungs if they get caught in the act, and if they get caught in the act and actually engage in greater crimes. Bill Clinton, Justin Fairfax. These are, allegedly with Justin Fairfax, allegedly with Eric Schneiderman, allegedly with all these other people. Al Franken, Anthony Weiner, we know he was convicted. So there's a whole list of people. Biden, Clinton settled out of court. Where are the court cases regarding these allegations? Where are the criminal reports? They're all on the Democratic Party side. Gee, I wonder why. Maybe these people are actually predatory individuals who masquerade and pretend to be these wonderful, amazing feminists. Maybe that's the case. Maybe the worst type of human being is the type of politician that exists in the Democratic, and the same type of person existed on the Republican side with the politicians that claim to be religious. The new religion on the left, they've done away with theology, and now it's just, we're morally superior because we believe in a certain political objective or policy agenda. And then so that's their religion. And so they can stand on that and like, they're like televangelists of liberal ideology or progressive ideology. They just pontificate and preach, and they give sermons and these cyber diatribes. And they get retweeted a million times, and they get steamrolled and stomped on and cheated and bullied and completely obliterated by the same Democratic Party that uses them. The same Democratic Party that they think they're speaking up against. Oh, I'm going to take them to task. No, Democrats don't care. Because they know at the end of the day, very few, the never Biden people, that's fashionable. We'll see how many hardcore progressives go never Clinton. Because Clinton could be the first female president on the centennial of the 19th Amendment. I will have made the biggest political call of all time. Clinton is going to be nominee. But anyway, give me your thoughts below. There's basically a 20-point enthusiasm gap. So people are going to turn out at this moment for Biden. You think that Clinton's so polarizing people wouldn't turn out for her? They would. They would, because the one thing that she has is a very passionate base of I'm with her people. I'm telling you, she has a 25 to 30% chance of winning. My prediction is that the prophecy is that Clinton is going to be nominee. My prediction is that President Trump wins. He could lose, but I believe President Trump will win. Give me your thoughts below. Segment 3, Bizarro World Goodman. It's hilarious. Check it out. Send it to your friends, family, whatever. If there's somebody that you know who sounds like this guy, my cousin, his name is Bizarro World Goodman. If there's somebody that you know that sounds like this guy, you could show him the segment. See what the person thinks. Give me your thoughts. Bizarro World Goodman, segment number 3. And subscribe to H.A. Goodman's other channel right now. Thank you.